welcome to another episode of Disqualified. I am Beltless Trevin, joined as always by our double predictions champion Caleb.
Hola, we are two-man weaving in the studio today once again. No producers.
Yeah, and we are here to talk about NXT.
Man,
The best show right now.
best show, great show. Man, this was, I think, top to bottom, one of the better NXT shows this year. Like, it's up there.
Yeah, the go home for NXT Homecoming happening next week.
No, this was Homecoming. Or this was the go home show for Homecoming.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh.
Yeah.
You made it seem like the go home was happening next week. That's how I interpreted it. But Homecoming is next week. They will be back in Full Sail. First time in 5 years. I cannot wait. Man. I remember... So when I started watching again, when I picked it back up after, I believe, high school, I went pretty much throughout high school without really watching it. I started with NXT. They were in Full Sail at the time. And yeah, it's going to be great to be there, be back at Full Sail. Now we get into an opening contest that I got to a little late. It is Josh Briggs and Javon Evans.
Yep. And this match, cooked.
Mm-hmm.
Great opener.
Yeah, so I came in 2 minutes late, but I caught the rest of it. Javon put up a valiant fight.
Yep.
Him and Briggs went the distance, and then Briggs goes to chokeslam Javon through the table. He counters out of it.
Yep.
Runs it to the ring for the top rope OG cutter, and Briggs wraps his fist right to the back of the head, knocking out Javon midair.
Javon did pull some stuff out of his bag again, though. He once again pulled out the coast-to-coast swanton.
Which was fucking insane.
Yep.
The fact that someone's doing the coast-to-coast just regularly is insane. Like, that's something you would see on, like, Mania.
Yeah.
Or, like, a pay-per-view. This man said, I'll bust it out on the ring.
Yeah, people got to practice to do a coast-to-coast. This man...
No, he don't. He don't.
Nope.
But, yeah, Briggs picking up the win, which was surprising.
Yeah. A lot of people are saying we thought they would, like, protect Javon a little more, especially because it seems like they're still building for him to be Oba's dethroner.
I don't know how many times you can go at Oba anymore.
Yeah.
It's like Chad with Gunther and fucking Sammy with Gunther at some point. It's like, can they... Fucking Jay with Gunther too.
Yeah.
What's the point in doing this match? Rhea with Io at this point too. What's the point in doing this match if we know the outcome pretty much every time?
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I like that that last week Javon was defeated AF, Briggs talked trash, Javon came back, and Briggs did dirtily beat Javon.
Oh yeah, he was not expecting the fury that was Javon when he's pissed.
Yes.
It was very, very clear to see.
Yeah. Pissed off Javon is a different man than happy-go-lucky Javon.
Yeah, and next, they Def Rebelled the boys.
Yeah, the
DIY had their Def Rebel theme back, you fucking cowards.
Yeah.
It was the only knock against this show. Literally. The only knock against the show was the fact that DIY has their main roster Def Rebel theme.
Yeah, but they come out and call out Trick, being like, hey, we got some more things to say.
And Trick comes out, and Johnny's like, look, if you claim that you forgot what we've done, just step back into the ring. We'll remind you like we did last week of what we've done.
Yep. And Trick is like, nah. Last week you got the numbers game. I brought some help this time.
Carmelo Hayes, he is him, and him is back in NXT.
Yep.
Now, when he came out, he started verbally
Berating Trick.
He said, no. The OGs are talking. He said, when I was here, I was NXT North American champion. I combined that with the Cruiserweight champion. Then I was NXT champion. Yeah. And yeah, it's cool that you got the TNA title now, but you still won't be able to shine my shoes.
Yep, and then DIY go to join Mello berating Trick, and Mello's like, now hold up.
You fucked up. Even the crowd said it. Tommaso said, is it Big Brother, or is it Big Brother, Little Brother, or is it Big Brother, Little Brother? And, some dude in the crowd said, fuck, you talking smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, nope, he talked smart too much.
And Mello was like, hold up.
This is between me and bro.
Yep, and he's like, and I know y'all ain't talking based off of y'all's history.
Yeah.
And then...
Of course, it leads to the challenge.
Yep, Johnny interrupts being like, no. Now, all four of us have history, but let's make history next week at Homecoming. Why don't we make it DIY versus the Mellow Trick Gang next week? And It's official.
Man, that's going to cook.
Yeah.
That's going to be a good fucking match. Man, DIY back in the NXT.
Yeah.
There's also someone else going to be back in NXT, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah. But
there's a lot of big surprises tonight, honestly.
Literally a reviewer I watched, Johnny, said, like, if you miss this episode, you would not be able to predict everyone that showed up on this episode this week.
Oh, there was one surprise return that I was like, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, no. But first,
we get our speed match.
Yep, deciding we're still in the first round, but it's deciding who is the official who's in the number one contenders match.
Yep, and it is Fabe Apache from AAA.
Yep.
Taking on Laney Reed
of NXT.
With the trap banjo music, which I just can't get over. It sounds so bad.
Yeah.
What the fuck, Def Rebel?
Yeah, but Natalia is sitting in the audience as at Worlds Collide. She does have a match against Fabi Apache.
Now, is it going to be Natty Neidhart or is it going to be Natalia showing up? That's the question on everyone's mind.
Yep.
But, it's a speed match.
3 minutes of just clean action.
Yep. And Fabe Apache looks like she's going to go win. She goes to do, I think, like a splash or swanton from the top.
Yeah, Natalia jumps the barricade to get a closer look at the match, distracting Fabi.
Fabe goes for it, misses. Laney Reed then runs and hits her with the Southern Hospitality.
For the 1, 2, 3.
And Southern Hospitality is running the...
Yeah.
Man, it's a decent match. I think it ended with like 12 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah.
So I called it. Knew this was going to happen.
Yeah.
Now we go to Candice and Laney next week at Homecoming, I believe.
Yep, and then the winner of that match will face Soul for the Speed Championship.
At No Mercy.
Yep, which is 2 weeks. The 27th, yeah.
Yeah, 27th.
2 weeks from this Saturday as of recording.
Oh, I just realized what's happening on the 27th as well. We talked about it on the car. You guys are in for a fun review that night, let me tell you what. So we get Blake Monroe teasing a character change.
Yep.
Or a new side to her character.
Yeah. A character advancement, I'm going to call it. Because she was already heel, but JG, as Blake calls her, reawoken something in Blake.
Yeah, and that's the killer that had multiple fucking classics with Toni Storm. And had a match that should have ended the pay-per-view. Mainly because at the end of the match on the Titantron, it said, "The End." And you didn't think to end the show with it?
But yeah, the woman from hell is coming back.
Yeah.
Jordan's effed.
They said that they are finally realizing, and if you don't know it now, that Mariah May / Blake Monroe isn't a Sabrina Carpenter ripoff. She is a beautiful serial killer that will murder you. Like, she's a beautiful serial killer. She will take you out. She is dangerous. So, yeah. I can't wait to see this new side actually debut itself on our screens. Now, next, we get some tag team action and, better yet, some tag team title action.
Yep, it is a rematch after winning last week between Hank and Tank and the NXT Tag Team Champions. Dark State, represented specifically by Osiris and Dion.
Yep. And this was another great match.
Yeah.
I think we've seen these two, this is the third time we've seen them kind of mix it up in tag-based action.
Yeah.
It's the same formula that they've done plenty of times.
Yep.
The new advancement on the formula
was
Cutler James pulling Hank out of the ring.
Yep, being like, he ain't here to save you now.
Joe Hendry's not going to show up.
Say his name and he appears.
And you think camera's going to pan up?
And he's going to be on the balcony.
No.
Man,
Kool-Aid Man, like Aid Man's this way through the fucking balcony with a backlight on him, making it seem like he popped out of like a comic or some shit, like a portal.
I said this last week. What in the cryptid F?
Brother, give Sean the keys to the kingdom now. Actually, no, better yet, just keep him down in NXT, because if NXT is the only thing that's cooking, I'm fine with NXT being the only thing that's cooking. Because, man, this was beautiful. Joe chases Cutler into the ring. Cutler runs out of the ring. Joe enters the ring. He gets distracted. Hank goes for a roll-up.
Yeah.
And then Osiris runs in, jumps over them, flips them.
Yep.
To where Dion is on top.
Yep, right as the ref is no longer distracted for the 1, 2, 3.
Beautiful fucking way to end this tag match.
Yep.
Dark State just escapes.
Yeah.
You keep Hank and Tank looking strong. I think this leads to a 3-man tag at Homecoming.
Possibly.
And I think Cutler would be the other man in there. Makes more sense because Cutler's the one that keeps invoking his name.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a fairly decent tag match. And now we get into
this FA match.
Yeah, fuck ass match is the way to describe it. Probably the worst match on the night. Not because of the quality, but because who the fuck uses this stipulation anymore? It is a flag match. Now,
Canada versus US. It is Tavion Heights versus your NXT Canadian North American champion, Ethan Page.
Now, the last time, I personally recall a flag match happening in WWE, was 2016. It was Cena taking on Rusev in his first stint in the company.
And from the comments I saw, Rusev won it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And now in the year of 2025, they decide, let's give it another go. This time we won't have the flags on the entrance ramp.
We're going to have...
Which it would have made more sense to have them on the entrance ramp in this match, because NXT is a smaller venue.
Yeah.
Than whatever the fuck they were doing. I think it was at SummerSlam that year?
Possibly. But they had the US flag in one corner and the Canadian flag in the opposite.
Yeah. Not a lot happened in this match.
No.
It was mainly, we're going to give you each one big suplex from both corners.
Yeah.
And that's the high spots of this
Yeah,
match.
I feel like if you're going to do this style of match, don't do it with techies.
Yeah.
Do it with strikers or high flyers, not two people whose bags is more technical.
Yeah. Tavion picks up the win.
Yes.
He gets his heat back.
Yep. And as he's dancing on Ethan's grave over his body, the music changes.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's back. You thought he was gone. You know, he's never really gone. It is fucking Tyler Breeze. Mind you, and I thought of this last night. In 2K, they have these things called persona cards. And they can sometimes be a new current version of a star, like Alexa Bliss 25 or John Cena 25. Or they could be classic versions, like CM Punk, you have a RVD, John Cena. Did Tyler Breeze have a fucking persona card? Because he came out looking exactly like he did in 2016. Exactly. Even with the selfie stick.
Yep, and it is confirmed that next week at Homecoming, it is Tyler Breeze versus Ethan Page for the championship.
What?
Yup!
What?
Yup!
Okay. I don't mind Tyler Breeze. I like him. He's still very WWE rooted. If you don't know, he's still in the games. He does up, up, down, down with Xavier. He's around the company.
Yeah.
He even has a wrestling school with Sean Spears.
Yeah. He just hasn't been seen in a ring on television.
For, I'd say, 2-3 years?
Yeah.
But yeah, interesting. And I always found it interesting that he'd make the game every year, but he's a part of GM mode.
Yeah.
So it makes sense to keep him. But now he is imminent because Tatum Paxley is in a match with Izzy Dame. It is a triple threat tag team #1 contendership eliminator. That was a mouthful. It is the Culling taking on Zaruka, which consists of your double champion NXT Women's North American and Women's Speed Champion Zaruka, and Zarya taking on Fatal Influence, represented by Fallon Henley and Jasmine Nix.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, by the way, main event of the evening.
Yeah.
I forgot to say that.
Yeah. But no, yeah, this match cooked.
Dude. The whole time I was worried.
Yeah.
It looked like the Culling was going to be the first ones out. But then...
Also, the hints they dropped for all the breakups that are imminent between every member of this match.
Yeah, so before the match, Zarya said, I need this win. Because I need to be a champion.
I need a title.
Izzy and Tatum have just been having miscommunications over the past few weeks. Izzy didn't save Tatum when she was getting submitted. Granted, she was not the legal participant, so she couldn't have lost the match.
Yeah.
But still, you didn't help your teammate. You tagged yourself in one match, and that caused you guys that caused y'all to lose. But then Fatal Influence cracks very apparent there. I don't think we really need to recap what's happened with Fatal Influence.
But some dope spots. We get a double spear spot from Zaruka where each of them hits a spear on a different participant.
Zaruka does a corkscrew moonsault and lands it.
What are they feeding her?
I don't fucking know, but they need to keep her around. If you can teach her how to tell a good story in the ring, you have a fucking future star on your hands. Let me tell you what.
Yeah, no. The social media presence just the team of Zaruka has, they are stars.
It's not even that. She's a spot wrestler at the moment, too.
Yeah.
So, what? And it's stupid as fuck, but I've heard it said, moments are bigger than matches. And yeah, in this day and age,
Yeah.
I guess a moment will just go up onto the internet real quick.
Yeah.
And get viewed 1,000 times. Don't get me wrong. This might sound like criticism of Soruka. She's great. She just doesn't... Her style of work doesn't tell a lot of good stories in the ring. So, and that's just something that we need to learn.
But
the story did get advanced tonight.
For once, it wasn't Zarya hitting a finisher on Soul that was the miscommunication.
So, here's how the spot is going. It looks like Tatum is going to get her soul snatched.
Yeah, and you're like, no.
And you see Jasmine holding Zarya in place, like they're fighting. And Fallon then, she's like holding Tatum in place.
Mm-hmm.
And Jasmine pushes Zarya into Tatum and Fallon.
Yep.
They go out of the ring.
Yep.
Zarya gets her soul snatched.
And
Soul is like, what the fuck did I just do? Super kick from Jasmine. 1, 2, 3. Zaruka is eliminated.
First team eliminated. Now we get a decent bit more back and forth from.
And this is where I was like, no. It's going to be fucking Fatal Influence.
Nope. The Colleen finally have a tag move with the women's team.
Yeah, they hit Tatum's finisher, which is always cool.
Yep, but Izzy boosts the damage with
By a big boot.
Yep. Ow.
Hits it. 1, 2, 3. Tee-hee time.
The Colleen is your number one contender for the women's tag titles.
And you know, this is going to sound very stupid. I think they're winning the titles.
I think so too, honestly.
I think they're winning the titles. I could see it happening. Maybe I'm just excited right now that something's finally going good for Tatum Paxley.
Yeah, no.
But I
think
could
with how,
see it.
I think with how bare your main roster women's division is,
You give NXT the tag titles.
Yep, give NXT the tag titles. They got plentiful of teams and stories there, and you can do main roster call downs for some filler stuff. You can put both Charlotte and Alexa back in the solo divisions.
Because SmackDown needs it.
Yes. And honestly, accelerating the breakup story, if you're doing a breakup story, because honestly, seeing Charlotte and Alexa as friends is hilarious. But you could accelerate the breakup story a little bit for them to go on their solo runs.
Yeah. Also looking at Zaruka potentially getting broken up in the near future. Thinking after Homecoming, after the speed match is when it happened. Or not Homecoming, No Mercy.
Yeah.
Is when it happens. Because I definitely see Laney getting it.
Mm-hmm.
Because what happens after this match, Colleen celebrate, they go up the ramp. Jasmine gets in the ring and starts berating
the two for losing yet again.
She said, "You failed me. I am the NXT Women's Champion. I run this division, and you two have failed me so many times, weeks on end." And then
it's like, I am the greatest NXT Women's Champion there has ever been.
3 black SUVs pull up. And we go back to commercial.
Yep.
Come back from commercial, and JC is still yelling.
Yep.
Stephanie answers first, which,
You pointed this out, which the dots didn't connect in my head earlier until you said it out loud.
Not even saying this just because we were there, but, couldn't show up on Monday
but could show up in Orlando on Tuesday. Because someone who was also there on Monday is also there. Spoilers.
But then Stephanie comes out and she says, while you're the NXT Women's Champion, I held the NXT Women's and NXT Women's North American Champion at the same time. Which, I'm sorry. Technically, JC has it better than you. She held 2 world titles at the same time.
Yeah.
Sorry, Stephanie, you held a mid-card. It's... Here, let's do another comparison. Yes, Seth Rollins was a double champion. But he was WWE and United States, and that's nothing like Roman being double world champ, or like Chris Jericho back in the day being double world champ.
And Roman was double world champ for so long, they decided unify those titles and implement a new world champion so people can have another world championship to fight for again.
I'm sorry, it's just apples to oranges. Cool, you were a double champ, and that is commendable. But you held a mid-card, not 2 worlds. Sorry, I will give JC her flowers there. Then Tiffany Stratton comes out because they make the smart decision to say, well, we have the numbers advantage.
Yep.
It's Tiffy time.
Yep. Stephanie's like, wait. Before you say anything further, you know what time it is?
Man, they're really running out of shit to do with Tiffany Stratton on SmackDown.
But then we get the hint of like, wait. Silver era, 2.0 era. We gained someone from the black and gold era?
Yeah, and JC says, look, I know what's happening here. You guys are the super seniors that come back to hang out with their high school friends.
And Tiffy's like, ooh.
I don't know if mommy would like to be called a super senior.
And JC's like, you're bluffing. This is my brutality. And JC's like, oh, I effed up.
I'm happy Rhea's here. And I'm glad that this is what's happening at Homecoming. But why? But why?
For why?
I get that you have to have JC do something. Why not just have JC defend against, I don't know, the only one that doesn't have a title picture in their sights right now? Obviously, Rhea would lose that match. Rhea's not the one.
Okay, when Stephanie came out, I thought she was going to call JC out for a title rematch, low key.
I'm very glad that Rhea's here. It's just, yeah, I guess give Rhea the tag of 2 people that she tangentially helped out on the main roster that she has a good relationship with. You could have used so many other people, though. Like Asuka.
Yeah, a lot of people were calling Asuka for the black and gold rep.
Kyrie. Who else you got? Charlotte.
Yeah.
Alexa.
Yeah. That's the thing, is that while people were clamoring for Asuka, it was obvious 3 baby faces that are on the main roster right now versus 3 NXT heels.
Yeah.
And Asuka is currently in the midst of a heel turn.
And I don't know what the plan is for this match. Do you have the 3 alumni go over?
Probably. It's Rhea. And Stephanie.
And Tiffany.
Yeah.
Remember, she's undefeated this year.
Yeah. Tiffany's your current champ. Steph has a championship match literally the Saturday after Homecoming. And Rhea's Rhea.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, they run in. They start to brawl for a little bit. Heels powder. They get out of there.
Yep.
And that is potentially your main event match for Homecoming.
Probably. Because
Breeze and Ethan ain't.
No.
Oh yeah,
DIY.
another return for Homecoming next week on Guess Who's Show, The Grayson Waller Effect.
Yep, it is the contracts
signing between Oba
and Ricky.
Ricky Saints. I would have done this differently. I would have had JC face someone from the main roster. It doesn't really have anything going on. I mean, I guess Rhea fits into there, but I'd much rather have Rhea face Zarya. Technically, Rusev falls into NXT. Give me Rusev and Oba.
After the house show video that got out.
Yeah, give me that. Yeah, I don't know. Homecoming is going to be a good show. I'm just skeptical for how they booked some things for it.
Basically, we have two themes for our main event / opener contenders, and that's DIY versus Mellow Trade Gain and the Babyface alum versus Fatal Influence.
I don't know what's going to open and what's going to end it. I'm assuming the All-Star Tag is going to end it with the alumni. But that is it for this episode of NXT. And that's it for this episode of Disqualified. I am your double predictions champion. That is your main roster and NXT predictions champion. That, to my right, is Beltless Trevin. Once again, we are two-man weaving in the studio. No producers today. And we will see you next time. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell 3 times so you know the match is over. And we will see you next time. Thank you for your time, and peace.
Bye!